How's it going, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video, and today I'm going to be showing off a fully maxed Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the ability system. And of course, if you've seen my summoning video, you will know that I managed to pull 2 with not too many problems, and then of course I managed to pull an additional 3, and I go a bit more in depth in a different video which should be coming out tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But as always, I hope you guys are having a great day, and if you do enjoy today's video, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. And I hope you guys managed to pull a Gogeta as well, because he is an incredible unit despite not having a leader skill at the moment. And here's the thing, like, here's my stance on the whole no leader skill thing. If Bandai is working like super hard to bring that ability to the global version of the game as much as they can, if they're like constantly working to just find a way to implement this into the actual game without, you know, any problems, I'm happy with that. But if they're just going to release the 120 leads and just wait for the end of that to release it, it's a bit annoying, just because it makes the release of this particular lead pointless. Granted, you can go ahead and strengthen your tech type team, but in the overall, you know, scheme of things, like the grand scheme of things, it doesn't actually change anything, because you could easily just get this banner and nothing would happen. And now I can't actually find a TEQ Super Saiyan 4 Gotenks friend, so you will have to give me a few moments. Okay, so I managed to find a Gotenks friend, and I'm trying to think about the best possible rotations here for, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and to fully optimize him. And unfortunately, no other unit apart from LR Goku has the Kamehameha link, which means that he is going to be missing out on a little bit of attack. But the thing about LR Goku is that he does not have the Fierce Battle link, so it's going to be a bit of a problem to fully utilize him. But this is by far the best rotation for him, and I would imagine that this Gotenks isn't going to take him out straight away. But I haven't tried this guy out like fully maxed yet, so going to be interesting to see how he performs on his team. Oh dear. Like, okay, I was expecting a bit more. And here's the thing, I low-key think that Super Saiyan 4 Goku actually hits harder than him. And granted, that just does come down to the boost that he gets from Super Saiyan 3 GT, but I was expecting a bit more. But here's another thing that I do want to say about it. I'm kind of happy that they didn't make him too OP, as well as Omega, and one of the reasons why is because if they went all out and just made him like one of the most overpowered units in the game, it would just kind of break everything, and they would have to follow suit with the next set of units that they release. So I am happy that they made him pretty powerful, but at the same time he's not too powerful. I do believe that the in Super Gogeta actually hits harder than him, depending on the lead, because if you haven't seen it already, I will try to link it down below if I remember. But I believe it's Mobile Man over on the Reddit actually made a post regarding the top 10 hardest hitters in the game, with the 150% lead from, you know, Gogeta, and I believe that Gogeta actually places 6th, and the Super Gogeta actually places higher than him. So I don't know exactly how that's working out, but I'm going to try to get the post up in a few moments for you guys, and well, I'll link it at the very least. I'm going to try to get it up on my phone just to confirm what is actually going on. But I don't know, I mean, he is going to be hitting for over 1 million every single time, right? And keep in mind, okay, you know what, this is actually the important thing, because I'm comparing like 2 different leads to each other, so I suppose it does make sense. This is just on a TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks lead, and at the moment I'm getting a total boost of 140%. So once you put him on the 120 leads, that's going to be an additional 100% boost. So because I've played JP for so long, I'm kind of in that mindset where, like, I'm used to majority of my units hitting for around 1.5 million, but the fact that he is hitting this hard on just a Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks lead is insane, and I completely forgot about that. So just completely disregard what I said about his attack stat being a bit low, because that was completely stupid. It's going to be extremely high once, oh yeah, just pretend that never happened. But I'm still going to get this top 10 list out. Okay, and now we have a pretty good setup here. And of course, we are going to have the LR campaign over on both versions, which means that if you have LR Goku, I believe you get a decent amount for step 2, which is getting him to super attack 20. You get 10 Elder Kais, and then if you open 4 of his paths, you can actually, well, the game actually gives you enough ability orbs to fully max out a unit, and I don't think I am going to fully max out Goku. I think that Honor will go to Merge Masu, but because they are updating the event for the LR campaign, or seemingly they are, you will be able to get the dupes for LR Goku with ease, so it's not too much of a problem. And of course, I am going to be running my Merge Masu on this particular team still, and of course villains, and Merge Masu are going to sit there in that last spot. And to be honest, the 10% doesn't even make that much of a difference, as you are going to see. Granted, it's a bit unfair because the boost from Vegito is active, but the Super Saiyan Link isn't active either, and you're going to see how hard he's going to hit regardless. It makes a bit of a difference, of course, but again, like I said, there are certain links that are not active. And there we go, it's 1 point. You know what? Just forget what I was saying, because this man is hitting super hard. And now that I think about it, can you imagine how broken he would be if he legit had like a mechanic like the In Gogeta or the STR one, where he was effective against all types? That would be stupid broken. Now, this is where things are going to get a bit interesting because of the type disadvantage. Right, let's go ahead and seal his super attack. Going to try to take him out. And I'm actually going to use a healing item just in case. And I'm going to aim for Frieza with my Gotenks just because he can get a crit here. Or an additional attack. Specifically, a crit would be the nicest thing for me to happen. Okay, so going to move on to this list and I'm going to read it out to you guys. So in number 10 spot, we have LR, Goku Black and Zamasu. In the 9th spot, we have Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. In the 8th spot, Super Saiyan for Goku. Okay, so I was clearly wrong in that sense. 7th, we have LR Margin Vegeta. 6th, we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. 5, we have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. 4th, we have Omega Shenron. 3rd place, Super Gogeta. And one of the reasons why he is that high, and this may or may not be a surprise to some of you guys, but one of the reasons why he is in fact this high is because of his effectiveness to all types, I believe. Because keep in mind, he doesn't get as big of a boost as a unit like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but from what I can tell, he just hits, like, the fact that he's 3rd on the list is crazy. And to be fair, if we take a look at Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he isn't getting as much of a boost as Gogeta at the moment, so that is one of the main reasons why. He is still behind LR Broly and LR Gohan in terms of damage, but that Gogeta lead definitely does take him up a few spots in terms of the damage list. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I'll still link it down below if you guys want to see it for yourselves. And I was kind of distracted here, but I have been using quite a few items, and I don't know what it is about tech at the moment, but it just seems kind of slow. I am missing the Tech Super Saiyan Future Trunks, which I unfortunately haven't managed to pull on either version of the game, maybe in the future. So that is basically the only unit that I am missing for this particular team. And now that I think about it, who would I even get rid of? Vegito maybe? I mean, Merge Masu's damage output. I think I would honestly end up sacrificing Vegito. Don't get me wrong, the boost is nice, but I mean, is it even worth running another hard hitter? I don't know. I think that the majority of you would probably get rid of Merge Masu, but if I am in fact going to max him out soon because of LR Goku, it definitely is worth keeping him around, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And actually, now that I think about it, if you have Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku, of course you're going to go ahead and get rid of Merge Masu and then implement the Trunks. But on this particular team with the double Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks lead, I don't think that you really need to. And I love how I just got all of my health back from that Dokkan mode. Yeah, Gogeta is stupid broken. Granted, he isn't as powerful as a few people wanted him to be, but I still think he is. I mean, I wouldn't say he's balanced, but I'm not going to go ahead and say that he's broken beyond belief. He's not exactly game breaking. He's what he needs to be, basically. And I think the thing that is potentially going to, not game breaking, but the thing that's going to annoy the people the most, and the thing that could potentially drive the game in the wrong direction, is the category system. And I personally think that we should just, you know, wait to see how it plays out. But from what I can tell, it may be just another way to get more money out of people, because if you don't have these particular units, you essentially can't use these leads, which is a shame. So I would imagine that they are maybe trying to bring out more units like this, or maybe they will give you the ability to pull some of them in, you know, other fashions that will make it easier for you to obtain these units. For example, maybe it's going to be a guaranteed SSR, or maybe they are just going to release like lower tier typed units that will still be able to perform on these particular leads. And I like, now that I think about it, I do have mixed opinions on it. I thought it was an interesting idea at first, and I understand that they are trying to be a bit different, but at the same time, it just makes it so hard for people to be able to run these particular teams, like I said, because they do not have the units that are required. Right, so let's see what happens here. How much further do I want to go with this, realistically? I think I'm going to take out Goku Black and just finish it off there. But honestly, this man is just absolutely insane. Like, especially with the boost from Vegito, he can pretty much one-shot everything, and with a crit, he easily hits for like 4 million damage. And of course, he does get a boost from his own attack. And if you manage to get an additional attack with him, he, of course, goes ahead and raises his attack even further. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to show that off in the video. It depends on how lucky I get ability system wise. But if it does happen, of course, you guys are going to see the boost that he gets. And yeah, of course, he gets the crit. So when you have him, like, here's the thing. When you have him at level 20 crit, it's a 40% chance to get that crit. So I would rather have that over just a 30% chance, because, of course, high chance of it going off. But at the same time, you have a higher chance of, you know, for the other abilities to go off as well. But again, I suppose it just depends on what you personally like to run. But in my opinion, I do believe that the level 20 crit is better. Granted, you can just prioritize additional a bit more. It's not like it's going to make too much of a difference. You may, like, to be honest, you can even go 17 crit and level 9 additional. That could work as well. But yeah, it just depends on what you personally prefer. Right, let's give him the boost again. And like, the boost from Vegito is just so nice. But then again, at Trunks, he does have that farmable super attack, which isn't the most pleasant farming experience, admittedly. And admittedly, I did use some Kais on my Enraged Trunks. I did farm several of the STR one, but it was just too bad. Like, the amount of items that it takes away is ridiculous. But we are going to finish things off very soon. I'm going to go ahead and seal his super attack, and I cannot wait for this Bardock to awaken. And now that I think about it, it's basically impossible for them to not release the 120 leads, and one of the reasons why is because they have so many units left to Dokkan awaken. Granted, they could do it in some other fashion, but I think they are going to go down the 120 lead route. Granted, they still may execute it in a different way. Maybe they will release the, you know, the respective hero and villain leads at the exact same time. For example, they may release the int at the exact same time. They may release the, which ones are remaining? The physicals at the exact same time. Something like that. Even if they aren't the same type, just releasing particular leads at the same time to speed this meta along. And of course, you know, eventually release the category things. And I'm going to take a bit of a risk here. His super attack is sealed, so we're going to get the boost from Vegito. We have the debuff from Masu, but I believe that we should be able to take him out with Gogeta, and of course we have Masu here as well. And honestly, the debuff from Masu isn't making that much of a difference, and this super attack is actually savage, because you're literally blowing this guy out of existence. Now, can Masu get a crit? I believe he currently has level 14, and he can't. Additional? No additional. Am I going to die? Okay, I'm going to survive. Of course, we have the extreme. I suppose it wouldn't. It's not exactly a type advantage, but because Masu is an extreme type, he will take less damage, and the boost from Vegito anyway. So yeah, it makes sense. And going to finish this off with LR Goku. I was going to say a fitting end, but of course it wouldn't be a fitting end because it never happened in the series. Technically, Zamasu died via Spirit Bomb. Spoilers. Am I going to die? Oh my god. I legit almost died there. If Goku's defense wasn't so damn high, I actually think I would have died there. Well, we were going to finish him off with a Spirit Bomb regardless. But as always, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you all in the next one.